I told my husband I'm not helping pay for his mother's medical bills anymore, and now his entire family has basically disowned me. He's sleeping in the guest room, and I honestly don't know if our marriage is going to survive this. But I also don't think I'm wrong. My husband Derek and I have been married for 6 years. We both work full-time, me as a teacher and him in sales. We do okay financially. Not rich, but comfortable enough that we were finally starting to save for a house. His mom Linda has always been part of our lives in a big way. She lives about 20 minutes from us, and we see her most weekends. She's never been great with money. Derek's dad left when he was a kid, and Linda raised him and his brother mostly on her own, which I respect. But she's also the type of person who'll buy a new TV when she can't afford her electric bill. 2 years ago, Linda was diagnosed with diabetes. Not ideal, but manageable with medication and lifestyle changes. The problem is she doesn't manage it. She still eats terribly, doesn't exercise, skips her medication because she says it's too expensive, even though Derek literally drives it to her house every month. Last year, she ended up in the hospital with complications, and the bills were insane. Her insurance covered some of it, but she was left with about $18,000 in debt. Derek immediately offered to help pay it off. I understood why. It's his mom. But when he said help, I thought he meant like $1,000 here and there. Instead, he set up automatic payments of $500 a month coming straight out of our joint account. I didn't realize this until I was looking at our bank statements and saw we'd paid $6,000 over the past year. When I asked him about it, he got defensive and said his mom needed help, and what was he supposed to do? Let her go into collections. I told him I wished he'd discussed it with me first since it was our money, not just his. He said he didn't think he needed permission to help his own mother. We fought about it, but eventually I dropped it because the damage was done and I didn't want to be the wife who wouldn't let him help his sick mom. Then 3 months ago, Linda ended up back in the hospital. Same issue, her blood sugar was completely out of control. The doctors told her again that she needed to take this seriously. Change her diet, take her medication consistently. She nodded and agreed, and then I saw her 2 weeks later eating a huge piece of cake at Derek's brother's birthday party. When I gently mentioned that maybe she should be careful, she laughed and said a little cake wouldn't kill her and that she deserved to enjoy her life. This hospital stay added another $12,000 to her debt. Derek came home and told me he'd already promised his mom we'd help with this one too. I completely lost it. I told him we couldn't keep doing this, that we were supposed to be saving for a house, and instead we were hemorrhaging money to pay for his mom's medical bills when she wasn't even trying to take care of herself. He said I was being cruel and that she was doing her best. I said her best would involve actually taking her medication and not eating cake when her doctor explicitly told her not to. We went back and forth for hours. Finally, I told him that I wasn't contributing to these payments anymore. If he wanted to help his mom, that was his choice, but it would have to come from his personal account, not our joint savings. He said marriage meant supporting each other's families. I said support doesn't mean enabling someone who won't help themselves. He called me selfish. I said I was being realistic. He told his mom and his brother what I said. Now, I'm apparently the heartless daughter-in-law who wants to watch Linda suffer. His brother called me and said some pretty harsh things about what kind of person turns their back on family. Linda herself sent me a long text about how she raised Derek to be caring and compassionate, and she's disappointed he married someone who doesn't share those values. Derek's aunt, who I've met maybe twice, has been posting vague things on Facebook about how some people only care about money. Derek moved into the guest room 4 days ago. He comes home from work, eats dinner without talking to me, and closes the door. This morning he said maybe we should talk to someone, like a counselor, because he doesn't know how to get past this. I asked if his mom was going to start taking care of herself, and he said that wasn't the point. I said it absolutely was the point. I keep going over it in my head. I don't think I'm wrong for not wanting to endlessly fund medical emergencies that could be prevented, but everyone in his life thinks I'm a monster, and maybe they're right. Maybe this is just what you do for family,